Sunday that you cannot take away politics from it. That is pure politics. Why do they have to wait this long? Don't forget, let's play back the tape. Sanwo-Olu and some other PDP and APC governors were, they paid a visit some time ago that the press were barred from. You remember that in the aftermath of the PDP convention that, after the ticket went to Atiku Abubakar. Now, this is coming how many months later? And Baba has been talking tough. How, since he didn't get the ticket, the roof has to fall on everybody and they have to close up the Wadata Plaza so that, it can. But then, so what happened basically is pure politics. Let's just hope that both governors, when the cameras were out, were able to compare notes. Because according to, it's in the grapevine already that it seemed like the Rivers State governor is possessed with the spirit of flyovers and it needs deliverance. It's seeming more like they say, it's becoming like flyovers are the gold standard to develop, to measure development of any society. But it's far from that. But he would counter and tell you that if somebody who was there before him had built this, what's it called, these flyovers, would he be building it at this time now? So we have to start from somewhere. So who else would you call in to come and commission it? The seventh, flyover, and he has 10 to go. So that makes it an average of 1 flyover per year since he's been there. Remember, 8 years will become, so by the time he's done by next year, there'll be 10 flyovers in Port Harcourt. But the real issue is this really what development is all about? Just about flyovers? That is the big question to answer.
Well, it isn't just about flyovers, and Wike sure knows how to play his politics, if you ask me. Talking about the infighting in the PDP, he had expected he would be picked as running mate to Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, and that didn't happen. And he's angry, and he expects the leaders of the PDP to come to him for, talks and then negotiations if they need his support for Rivers State, to give votes from Rivers State in 2023. Mind you, he has always mentioned that in the previous elections, Rivers State gave the most votes, 2015, 2019 particularly. Now, with regards to the issues going on in the PDP and by extension Rivers State, Amaechi considers it disrespectful that leaders of the APC would be coming over to Rivers State to discuss with Wike and not even talk to him. Why Wike is already complaining is because he came second in the presidential primaries of the PDP, and they're not giving him his respect. Amaechi is also saying, I came second in the APC primaries, and I'm not throwing tantrums.
In the PDP. Okay,
Amaechi is in the APC now.
Interestingly, both are former governors.
Exactly, both former governors, they came second, APC and PDP, while Wike is angry that he's not getting the due, respect that should be accorded him. Amaechi is saying, I'm only here silent and nobody is coming to me. Because Wike is feeling like a political bride, even my party members come to Rivers State and they don't even come to my residence. They go and meet Wike.
No, I think the former governor is seemingly missing out on that.
How is he missing?
Look, see. It is said, when in the art of war, the enemy of your enemy is your friend because you now have a common foe. So for Wike, Amaechi is an in-house person already. They are looking for ways. In this is the political era.
This is what he said. Sorry to cut you in. APC leaders have been coming to lobby Wike and make all manner of promises. They never came to Rivers when the party was having a crisis. They shouldn't forget that Amaechi came second in the presidential primaries and is still the party leader in Rivers State. That's where he's even concerned, because if Wike crosses over to the APC, I doubt that will happen. If he moves over to the APC, he automatically becomes the party leader in that state, which is also rubbing, assaults to injury. Amaechi is the former governor of the state and party leader in that state. They've been having their political fights for a long time. Now, all of a sudden, it looks like Wike also wants to cross camp and become party leader in his own domain. What happened in 2015 when he crossed to APC? They stood against him. He stayed with the APC in the last 7 years, and all of a sudden, because Wike is having issues in his PDP, he wants to cross over and people are welcoming him with open arms. That is where the APC might also have issues in Rivers State.
So you see now that beyond the flyovers now, there is embedded in underneath the flyovers.
But then again,
it's politics.
You can't also exactly tell the mindset of Governor Wike. You know why? In 2014, some chieftains of the PDP were romancing the APC. They had meetings outside this country ahead of the 2015 elections.
Yeah.
And they were still sitting members of the PDP having affairs with the APC, and it saw Jonathan kicked out. Perhaps what Wike wants to do again in 2023, history repeating itself, just maybe.
Don't forget, there was also a meet and greet somewhere in France this year too. So you can see now.
But I think it was the same party members
meet,
when they met.
Meet, greet, drink tea, and just pass.
Same party members.
Okay.
Maybe he wants to take all of them over to a new party. I don't know.
But beyond it, we must say that, you know, when political leaders meet or governors meet and they exchange notes on development, it's a welcome development. But in a time when we're heading to elections and now we are seeing, don't forget, as soon as the governor of Lagos State left River State, another APC chieftain, also Wamako, was also in that state for another commissioning. And only just the day before also now, there is also the former governor of Ondo State, Mimiko, was also there. So there seem to be these politics with Wike's development, using it to play politics, and yet, you know, wanting to gain relevance at the end of the day. But, you know, power is transient. You can't stay there forever. And all of these people, you know, flocking around you now, it's about what they want to get. As soon as you leave office, sorry.
Anyways, let's keep it going to some other story. Remember, you listening can be part of the show, sending messages to us on WhatsApp, reacting to some of our political flags here. Sanusi also in the news, former CBN governor and emir of Kano. He's putting a warning out there.
SLS. Okay, well, is the bow tie wearing former governor, central bank governor of Nigeria, of course, with the pedigree seeming often more like wherever he goes, he seems to be kicked out, but then that won't stop him from saying his mind, how it ought to be. So here he is in the news.
But if you say too much and you get kicked out more than twice, shouldn't you stop talking?
No, but then if you seem to be committed to saying the truth, the truth doesn't have any religion or tribe. If you say it is what it is. So that's what he's standing for. So it's exactly, let's see now, since 2020 in March, he was kicked out from Kano and banished to Nasarawa State, thanks to his good friends in the likes of El Rufai and others. Pray you have friends like those who would, you know, when in your times of need, they come and cover you up and then move you to a good place. So, and then he's moved on his life. But once in a while, from his standpoint, he tends to, you know, throw in words, you know, to the powers that be, to remind them that they are getting too comfortable. They are sitting on, you know, a keg of gunpowder with fire very, very close by. And we are approaching that point where it might just blow up on those sitting, and they don't have any much time to redeem themselves any longer. Now, take a look at this. It was during the stage play, you know, dramatizing, putting to stage the incidents that led to his removal as the emir of Kano. It was put to a play. And so that evening, as friends and well-wishers came and sat with him, so instead of giving the prologue, this statement was like the prologue when he came on stage to narrate this, and then he put out the word, they're saying that as Nigerians, we take too much rubbish. And what else? We must continue to ask these politicians the right questions. If we don't, we would certainly have no country. And he went straight, like they tell you, if you're looking for the eye of the fish, you know what you do? You know where to go. You don't go to the tail to look for the eye of the fish. You go to the head of the fish to look for the eye. So he went straight to the youth now saying, this country belongs to you. Don't think about jack buying because there is no place like home. And that also reminded me of the words of someone, you know, somewhere, an event I attended about 2 weeks ago, where a man of God was saying that, look, all those of you thinking of where you want to go, blah, blah, blah. Look, there is no place like home because anything can happen anywhere. Where would you run to? So that's just the bottom line. So this is a subtle reminder now to the electorate from the former emir of Kano, saying the electorates must stand up and be a major part of this. You know, we are at the cusp of a major change in the country if we put our powers and our acts and we get it right.
All right, so we're due for a break. When we come back from this break, I'll give you a few more on these issues. Sanusi warns 2023 could be worse than 2015, and then we keep the conversation going. Stay with us. Like this guy is not well.
You don't double, sir. So that we can